California lawmakers are moving forward with a new bill that would grant illegal immigrants easy access to home mortgages. California's Dream for All program provides loans to first-time homebuyers to cover expensive down payments. But now a state Senate committee has unanimously voted to open up the taxpayer-funded program to all prospective homebuyers, regardless of immigration status. Now, the bill next goes to the full state Senate. And this isn't just happening in California, by the way. A taxpayer-funded group in Oregon is offering up to $30,000 for first-time homebuyers. The catch, it's not even open to United States citizens, only migrants. Kevin, is this good for business?
No. In fact, average salary in America is $68,000. Down payments, $20,000 to $30,000. If I were a tax-paying American citizen listening to us right now, I would be really pissed off. And I mean, this is more Gavin Newsom stuff. I have been an open critic of his policies in terms of what it's done to California. It's turning it into an economic dumpster fire. This policy makes no sense. I call it un-American. You're an American paying taxes, and you don't get the same free money? I mean, who would even propose that? That's such a stupid idea. I can't believe it. If that passes, that's just more insanity in California.
Do you think he's going to sign it, though, Kevin? Because I'm questioning whether or not he will. I mean, they've got a $45 billion budget deficit right now in California. I'm wondering if the budget hawks are going to say, wait a minute, Gavin, back up.
I think the reason Newsom was not considered for a presidency role in this last round is he owns the dumpster fire called California. And if you proposed him to run this country the way he runs California, not all of us want to live in a dumpster fire. And so I think he has to fix California, and that's not how you start. If you're a taxpayer, an American citizen, and you don't get access to the same deal, you should be really pissed.
This program ran out of money when they first introduced it in 2 weeks. Just to be clear, I mean, the affordability crisis for housing in California is off the charts. That is a Democratic Senate, by the way. I think that they will pass it, to your point, but I'm not sure Gavin's going to sign it. I don't know. We'll see.
I can't imagine being Gen Z. I can't imagine being a young person and you feel economically depressed. And you go look, and the median housing price for the second quarter of this year was $412,000. That's up nearly 30% of the second quarter from 2021. And then you think, okay, maybe I can afford this. Oh, wait, the interest rate's about 7% on mortgages. I looked this morning. And then you find out your taxpayer dollars could go to illegal immigrants getting the down payment you have saved for. I can't imagine being a young person. I can't imagine trying to find a starter home and then hearing this. I just can't.
And let's talk about Oregon for a second, because so many Californians fled there. It, like Washington, California, has a large agricultural population, and it's the coast that is so staunchly blue, right? The majority of it is red. That is why so much of Oregon is trying to secede to be joined by Idaho or be subsumed by Idaho. And policies like this don't help, to your point. The travesty is not necessarily an open hand to illegal immigrants. The travesty is that you are stamping down American taxpayers. You are casting them aside, and you are propping up illegal immigrants.
Yeah, this is why Kamala Harris and other Democrats don't want to talk about things. They don't want to be asked. They don't want to have to raise their hand and say, do you approve of this? And I would say that, as a former leftist, that it's California, New York, and England, London, that you can look to determine where the left is going worldwide. London is doing the same thing, right? They've just announced free housing, homes for illegal immigrants. Obviously, we've been doing it with hotels. California, Oregon, now doing it here. But born as a native Californian, I've never owned a home, lost everything in 2007 and 8. We had the housing crisis then because of the subprime issue, the ability for people on welfare to use that income to get a house. The idea that people who would need this to get a house means that maybe they can't quite afford it yet, and that would lead to something else. But as an individual who's never had one, and maybe will never get one, considering the environment, I think about our veterans living on the street.
That's right.
So when we think we're not bereft for other people who might want this program, and it certainly should at least be U.S. citizens first.
That's right. And now California is trying to tax your assets that aren't even in the state.
Oh,
I mean, there's not enough time in the show to talk about those terrible policies coming out of there. Hey, everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.